Before I begin this week's stories, I just want to mention a lovely shout out I got from Bleeding Bitsy. She tweeted this: "Narrator gold, a voice so soft and yet so bold. Emotion, passion he creates in the horror he narrates. When he reads, your blood runs cold. The scariest stories ever told. Go on his YouTube, please subscribe, and enter the clown's evil vibe." Bleeding Bitsy, I'm speechless, thanks so much for that. For the rest of you, it's time to prepare yourself for this week's immersive, scary stories. I love the sound of rain. I love the feeling of splashing cold water on my skin. No umbrella or hat for me. No waterproof clothing for me. I embrace the storm. To me, it's a reminder how powerful nature is and how strong I am. You see, rain is my ally. Rain removes crowds. Rain enables me to run and hide. It's my shield from staring strangers. You can get away with so much when it rains, even murder. And that's what I do best. It's my talent, my thrill, my calling. My weapon of choice is one of those simple domestic buy-anywhere hammers. The best target for crashing metal into bone and skin is the delicate head. I live for that thudding sound. Now, for you to understand what I hear, watch the original movie, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The first time Leatherface attacks someone is the sound of young Skull meeting Hammer. Ever since I watched that film when I was too young to understand everything on screen, my young impressionable mind knew what that thud was. It was the sound of the end of life, when a stranger at the right time in the wrong place meets their death. Some people find their groove from creativity, or may be lucky enough to find their purpose with the job they love. That never happened with me. A random movie from so long ago gave me my purpose. It all started with a hammer thudding into Skull. Then watching that moment from an old movie over and over again somehow tattooed itself into my soul. I didn't want to reenact the scene, I wanted to become the hammer operator. And after a few years of caving strangers' skulls in, I had a word with myself, and then I had one of those light bulb moments. Killing in the rain. Now that's an original calling card for an imaginative serial killer like me. So that's the evil I've been serving up for nearly 8 years. I ain't too good with numbers, as I prefer remembering first names, but as I need to crack on with cracking skulls, I reckon I've carried out about 40 horrific attacks in total, targeting people of different heights and weights, no particular aesthetic preference. It's all down to the fact that if I don't like your face, or you just look at me the wrong way, I will introduce you to Mr. Hammer, but only if the sky's opened up and the rain's cascading down. So I suggest you walk with another person the next time you have to go out and the weather girl promises you thundery showers. And don't think I hunt and kill at night. I actually prefer attacking in daylight. A couple of times people have heard me just before I strike. I get excitable like a kid in a candy store and I start giggling. So when you're out in the rain and you hear giggling, you know it's time for a bit of that nasty hammer pain. I just know my mates are waiting for me in the bar right now. And I know tonight we would have the best time, just non-stop laughter. Oh, and I know that girl with no name will be there. But here's the thing. I ain't going anywhere tonight. It's not because it's pouring with rain outside. And it's not because I don't want to get wet walking to my car. And it's not because I want to snuggle up with my dog to watch a movie instead. It's because fear has made its way into my blood. Pure and simple fear is stopping me from opening my front door. And as the seconds go by, the fear I feel is rapidly developing into terror. And there's nothing I can do about it to make it go away. There's a chance I might not see daylight again tomorrow. And there's a chance I'm going to make my family and friends break down in tears because they'll miss me. They'll miss me like those unfortunate people in that awesome Evil Dead film. I could be dead by dawn. I'm wondering, should I leave a "Don't cry for me" note for everyone to find, or should I man up, go outside and face the creature waiting for me outside? Oh yeah, creature, a beast. It's not human, it's not a ghost or a rabid dog, it's a creature with lots of razor-sharp teeth embedded in a very large mouth. I bet you're thinking, what the hell am I talking about? There's nothing outside waiting for me in the rain. Where's my proof? Well, here's my proof. There are creatures that exist that hunt only when it rains. Creatures that your dad and mum never warned you about because they didn't believe in such rain-hunting beasts. Well, I do. I know he or she is outside waiting. It's expecting me to make my way to my car, and it's been watching me for days, possibly weeks, and it knows I'm a human of habit and predictability, every Friday night off to the bar with my mates. I admit I can't see the hungry creature yet, and I'm making it suffer by not going out, so it's possibly hangry with me. But let me confirm how right I am about this unpleasant situation I'm in right now. We all experience nightmares that can scare the skin off our bones, but some dreams and nightmares are so vivid and unforgettable, aren't they? Remember the time someone dear to you passed away and you dreamt they appeared in your dream to tell you how much they love you? Well, that, my friend, is real. They actually visited you. For me, the nightmare I had last night was a warning, a premonition. A strong feeling that something's about to happen, especially something unpleasant. In my dream, I got dressed wearing what I'm wearing now. I checked myself out in the hallway mirror and left, making my way to the car. I get into my car, turn the engine on, put some sounds on, and then suddenly this creature jumps up onto car metal and smashes the windshield in front of me with 2 headbutts. Its mouth closes around my neck and pulls and drags me, then slams me onto the road and starts to burrow into my stomach. You see, it's clever, this creature, because it can smell where my recent dinner is resting. So it starts to eat me, beginning with my stomach, and then I wake up screaming. How do I know this creature is out there tonight? Well, in my dream it was pouring with rain outside, just like it is now. I got a long life to live, and looking out of this window I'm thinking, my mates will probably forget by now that I'm not at the bar and they'll just have a great time without me, and that's cool, I'm cool with that. I ain't letting no ugly rain hunting Oh my god, I see it. It's big. And it's moving fast towards my ground floor apartment. I won't have any chance to write Okay, quiet. Right, I'm in out of that bloody rain, and yes, it's all quiet. I'm so tired. Baby woke up at 4:30 this morning and would not go back down. The only way to stop her crying was to bring her into our bed and hope she would just drop off again. I know, all the baby books say not to do this, it teaches bad habits, rod for your own back, but I can almost hear my mother saying, you're spoiling her, setting yourself up for all sorts of trouble later on, she'll be a right little brat. Yeah, Mum, I hear ya. Jesus, you try sticking to some flaming routine after 3 hours of screaming every evening, followed by 4 hours of sleep a night for what, the last 6 months? But after getting home from my late shift, bloody weather, rain flooded the bypass and forced me to go through the centre of town. The house is, it's still quiet. Jess must have gone to bed early, and maybe Lily went down when the baby book said she should for once. She's not had it easy. Nothing and no one can prepare you for parenthood. The colossal sense of helplessness when you are handed that squirming bundle of joy is overwhelming. Totally dependent, so delicate, so fragile. I was so frightened of hurting her when I first held her, but she turned out a tough little thing with lungs of solid bloody iron. Despite all that, you never stop worrying, do you? Is she too hot? Is she too cold? Is she crying? Is she making a noise? But not crying, but it could be crying in a minute. God, can I just have a break from all this? Since her diagnosis, we got so worried and sick of going up and down the stairs like a yo-yo, so we got one of those high-spec baby monitors. It's one that shows temperature and noise level, and the louder the noise, the more green lights light up until a loud noise is registered and the lights flick round to red and then you get a beep. It made things a bit easier, but you find yourself staring at the monitor on the mantelpiece rather than the TV. You're watching the monitor, praying in vain that it does not light up, and those blinking lights, they create their own little circle of hellish obsession. Flick, flick, blink, 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 and then it goes into red and... I know, I sound like a right selfish git. You got to be there for your kids, right? It's not like I want my old life back. It tears me up when I hear her cry, and I know it's not her fault, but that's all she can do, cry, cry and cry. But right now, at this point in time, all is quiet. Maybe I'll treat myself and have a nice cold beer. Quick check of the monitor, no blinking light, great. Maybe I'll have a beer and actually finish it. Oh, that's better, starting to feel a bit more normal, a bit more human now. And start to unwind. The sound of the rain outside is so soothing. It's like white noise. Just relax. Oh, no, it's flicking again. The monitor lights are flickering. Oh, it's okay, just one light. She's bound to settle again. There, it stopped. Breathe again. Oh, damn it, there it goes again. 2 lights flicking to 3. There. Oh, there we go. Red light, and it beeps. Shit. Okay. I knew it was too good to be true. Right. Okay, Daddy's coming. I call, I stand up, eyes still fixed on the flickering lights on the monitor. I turn to the door, here I come.
You have one new message.
Hi darling, sorry I didn't call earlier. I was just getting out the bath. Oh, God bless your parents. After I spoke to them today, they insisted that we came over to stay with them, and your mum promised to do the night shift to let me sleep. You should catch a rest tonight, take advantage of an empty house for once. We'll see you in the morning. Sleep tight.